Average veteran goes through 6 jobs before they end up in a career field. All of that change doesn't help themselves, their family, their employers.
Matt Lewis is a West Point graduate and one-time tank commander. Since getting out of the military, he's worked for P&G, and he also worked within GE's aviation and healthcare divisions.
I struggled valiantly just leaving active duty and getting into graduate school, and then from graduate school into the corporate world. So I couldn't translate the 3-letter acronyms and the military jargon that I had into something that resonated with a civilian executive.
And resonating over the growing military gap, he says, is becoming more of a challenge.
The percentage of executives in the Fortune 1000 that have any military experience whatsoever has dropped over 90% since, call it, 1980. Today, that number is 2.5% and falling.
The Department of Defense says more than 250,000 men and women separated from the service last fiscal year. 18,000 of those came back home to Kentucky, Ohio, and Indiana to start their new chapter.
It may be, again, the first time that they've pondered who they are and who they want to be.
Matt authored the book Mission Transition to provide in-depth guidance on navigating those new waters.
There's the translation of what they've done and their skill sets into something that resonates with a civilian. It's the first time they've likely interviewed for a role.
Right.
So having practiced that, it's the first time they've had to ponder all the components of a compensation package and negotiate for that on their and their family's behalf.
U.S. Census data shows more than 3,100 veterans are unemployed in the tri-state. And Matt says he created his book with homework in mind to help veterans take a different look at themselves and get the career they perhaps never knew they wanted.
And those exercises will challenge you to take it all the way back to your core foundation and figuring out who you are and what you want to do. That takes homework.
Right.
Chances are you haven't had to consider this or ponder it in your entire adult life.